As I reviewed the readings and songs for today, I felt a bit as if my life was flashing before me. I kept returning back to the 60s. I know most of you weren't alive then. And I found that it's a time that I cherish, but that I would never want to return to. I recall the challenge in the spirit of Dr. King and his untimely murder. I recall the day that the phone rang in my house on Saturday in 1968. My mother said, "Get your father. Dr. Martin Luther King Sr.'s on the phone." You see, my father was working on a memorial television broadcast celebrating the life of Martin Luther King Jr., who had been murdered only a few months before. I recall Father Dan Berrigan in 1965 coming to my house because he came to baptize my brother. Father Dan Berrigan, who would later march, protest Vietnam, spill lamb's blood on draft records to say that he felt that war, not just the Vietnam War, but all war was wrong. I recall the last public words of Bobby Kennedy after the California primary. "And now it's on to Chicago." And of course, Bobby Kennedy never made it to Chicago because he never made it out of that hotel kitchen where he was murdered. And so something froze inside of me that year. I was 10. Some idealism, some belief into the good went into permanent hiding. Because I felt that this world was not safe for my heroes. And if it wasn't safe for my heroes, how safe was it for me? Well, Bobby Kennedy never made it to Chicago, but 40 years later, Barack Obama did. He bore the legacy of Dr. King's dream and the dream of generations of African America who always believed, yes, we can. I remember hearing Obama speak in 2004 and feeling that he was saying what I was thinking. Who told him to say that? How did he get into my dreams, my hopes, and into my heart? And I realized that finally, here was somebody of my generation who reflected a change that had been halted in 1968 and now whose time had come. Here was a man who had not gone into hiding, but who had dared make the dream a reality. I felt my own hope unfreezing, daring to risk the light of day for the possibility that this might just be the change that we really need. And so, in this Advent season, how shall we prepare for the birth of Christ? How shall we prepare for a new administration? The questions we began with. Well, Jesus' answer to both would be simple. Prepare with love. Simply said, yes, but the task is daunting. Can our country really adopt more loving ways? At the Al Smith dinner in October, Barack Obama joked that that there was no truth to the rumor that he was born in a manger. There was no truth to the rumor that he had born on the planet Krypton. Obama is no Messiah. He is no Superman. He is an ordinary man doing extraordinary things. He cannot do it alone. So what shall we do? A friend said to me, "You know, he can't do it all. I'm trying to think of what more I can do to support what needs to be done." And I thought, well, she's preparing. What more can I do then to support what needs to be done? We have the opportunity to give up guns for diplomacy. We have the opportunity to address the abject poverty that racks most of our world. And we have the opportunity to save a planet in peril from what otherwise will be a slow descent into self-destruction. So to paraphrase John Kennedy, it is once again time for us to ask not what our world can do for us, but what we can do for our world. Ronald Reagan successfully inspired people with the slogan, "Morning in America." Well, now it's time to adopt a similar slogan that will inspire a whole planet. It's time for morning in the world. It's time for a new dawn that will bring peace and prosperity. So, how shall we prepare? Let us prepare with love in all its aspects. Let us prepare with charity so that we can better see the needs of some of those in the world who marvel at our disregard that we have for their poverty. Let us prepare with trust so that we can build bridges where there are now walls and friendships where there is now enmity. Let us prepare with understanding so that we can put aside our myopic view that sometimes makes it hard to see beyond the false reality of our own TV sets. Let us prepare with patience that we can endure the difficult challenges that lie ahead. And so I ask you if your spirit has also been somewhat frozen, if you've been a closeted caring person over these years, prepare. Prepare to remake the world in love. Thank you. Please thank our players. Thank you very much, everybody.